The smell of roasted turkey and baked apples filled the house, but it didn't warm me. The table was set perfectly, crystal glasses, polished silver, linen napkins, but the air felt brittle. We were mid-laugh about something trivial when she said it. Mother-in-law laughed lightly, the kind of laugh that demands the room follow, said my daughter's health condition was just attention-seeking. Laughter erupted around the table. My husband didn't say a word, and my daughter, my small, fragile girl, bolted. Her footsteps echoed up the stairs, the bedroom door clicking softly behind her. In moments, the clatter of forks and polite chatter ceased. Silence settled, thick and oppressive, heavier than the scent of the roast. Speak. I watched. The laughter lingered, hollow and wrong. Glances flicked between my husband and me, but he remained still, frozen in indecision. I felt a familiar swell of anger and frustration, but I held it back. Memory snippets of past dismissals flashed. Sideways comments, quiet jokes, moments when her feelings were minimized, when her truth was questioned. My daughter's attention-seeking. No. Her courage, her vulnerability, had always been real. I realized the subtle shift in power. Initially, my mother-in-law had it the laughter, the social dominance. But the silence that followed gave the space for change. Felt it in small things, the tightening of her lips, the hesitation in others' expressions, the way the room collectively paused, rushed to speak. The quiet became my ally. Each second of silence stretched long enough to be meaningful. Daughter's soft sobs behind the closed door intensified the moral weight of the moment. My presence, still and composed, became a boundary drawn in the air. Then, unmistakably, a relative who rarely spoke during these gatherings cleared their throat. "Wasn't funny," they said. Simple words, calm, precise. The room froze. Laughter died entirely. My mother-in-law's eyes flicked to me, then toward the closed door of my daughter's room. Conversation stalled. The holiday had stopped mid-breath. I remained still, not needing to confront her directly. The authority of truth, of restraint, spoke for itself. The house was tense, the shift in control subtle but undeniable. My daughter emerged later, shoulders hunched, arms crossed over her chest. Our eyes met. I nodded once, silently promising, "I've got you." Dinner continued in fragmented conversation, but the atmosphere had irrevocably changed. My mother-in-law, for the first time that evening, seemed aware she had overstepped. There was no applause, no loud acknowledgement. The power dynamics had shifted. I didn't need to yell, scold, or humiliate. The dignity and quiet presence I maintained were enough. I thought about the rest of the family. They were unsettled, unsure how to return to holiday cheer. I stayed composed. The discomfort lingered. My daughter had learned, silently, that she would be protected. And in that, there was a small but profound victory, calm, controlled, uncelebrated. Later, after the dishes were cleared and the house quieted, reflected on the day. I hadn't needed dramatic confrontation. I hadn't forced apologies. I hadn't sought revenge. Yet something had shifted, boundaries were respected, my daughter's feelings validated, and my own sense of authority quietly reinforced. Power, I realized, did not always need to be loud to be real. Thanksgiving continued in subdued tones. Conversations were clipped, cautious, polite. Everyone carried the weight of what had occurred, even if unspoken. My daughter went to sleep without fear, curled beneath her blanket with the certainty that someone stood firmly beside her. I slept later, a quiet calm settling over me. No one celebrated this victory. There was no cheering, no recognition. But dignity had been preserved, truth had been acknowledged, and for once that was enough. Power had shifted without spectacle. Respect had been earned, silently but firmly. Quiet knowledge lingered standing up, for what is right doesn't always require raising your voice. Sometimes only requires presence, patience, and an unwavering belief in your child.